Hey everyone, welcome back to What a Story. Today, we're going to have somebody we have an author, someone who actually writes stories. All right, so I'm going to screw up his name, Bryn
Yeah,
Pottie.
yeah.
Yes.
I
You're an author.
yeah.
What have you written?
This is my debut novel, The Great Lunan Burglary. It's a Canadian sort of historical fiction book about some teenagers who steal the Blue Nose in the olden days. It's Canada's most iconic boat. It's the one that's on the dime, you know.
Yeah, which is worth pennies now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So where are you located?
I'm right now located in Liverpool, Nova Scotia, which is about 45 minutes from Lunenburg, where they built the ship.
Oh, cool.
But it's cheaper to live out here.
Yes, I know. A lot of my friends have moved.
Oh
Um,
yeah? From where?
yeah,
Where are you from?
I'm in right now Southern Ontario, St. Catharines,
Oh, hell yeah.
but born and raised in Mississauga.
Cool.
Lived in Toronto, moved to Vancouver, then moved to Hamilton because I'd given up on life, and
Mm-hmm.
then now I live in St. Catharines where it's peaceful and quiet.
Yeah, no, it's super cool there.
Yeah, and so what got you into writing? Like, what made you want to write a book about Canadian history?
Well, you know what? I was in Toronto for a long time. I was writing for websites and I was on like a kids cartoon and I was doing comedy. I was in a comedy duo. And then COVID hit and I was like, when it was over, I was like, do I want to do any of this anymore? Or do I just want to hang around in Nova Scotia and like get to drive to Walmart like a normal person? And I went the second way, and I just out of kind of boredom, I missed doing silly stuff, so I wrote a book. It was this or join community theater, and I think I did the right thing.
Good. Um, Not to knock community theater, but
Ooh,
we all know.
there's gonna be some community theater knocking in the story, so
Okay. And speaking about that, tell us your story.
okay. I will preface this by saying I thought that the show was like tell the story of your life. And so I didn't prepare a fun story. So I'm pulling this out of something that happened a couple of years ago. Um, there's a community theater group who put on this play called Greenoli. And on the poster for this play, there was like a leprechaun with green smoke coming out of his pipe. So I was like, this is just a straight up like drug show. This will be fun. And so I went with a friend and we were like, let's like, hit the vape a little bit and then go to this kooky weed play in our small town. And anyway, we get in and we sit down, and it turns out that it's not about weed, and the writer of this play is a child who died in 1989 in a car accident, and her mom found the stuff that she'd written, and then like 30 plus years later, turned it into a community theater play, and the songs were like poems that she'd written as a kid. And they don't tell you that until you're like already sitting down, right? So we were just there, like ready to see some wacky thing about a leprechaun who smokes weed, but it turned out to be like these like heavy like last words that this child ever wrote before leaving this earth, and it was like 2 hours long, and it's difficult for an adult to hold an audience for that long, let alone a kid. Anyway, it was the weirdest piece of theater I've ever seen. I know that I'm not a very active participant in the story, but like I say, I misinterpreted the premise of the show and didn't.
Hey, it's a story. Honestly, I've had a similar situation
Oh,
where,
really?
yeah, back in the 90s, I went to raves and I might have done some too much drugs one day or one weekend. And I came home and realized I was too high to stay at home. So I
Hmm.
went to the movie theaters thinking I'll go watch something funny. I got a ticket for, I can't remember the name of the movie, but got to the wrong theater and sat in the middle. And all of a sudden, everyone sat around me, and it was Born Supremacy.
Oh no, that's too intense.
And I'm coming down hard, and all this action going on. And I'm like, I don't know if like, I'm dizzy. I'm like, I might throw up. And I'm like packed in the row. I can't get out. And I'm just
Yeah,
like, I'm too high for this right now.
that's awful. Another too high thing I remember was being a there used to be a place in Toronto where they would have comedy shows and they would pay you by giving you these weed cookies.
Oh,
And
hotbox.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and it's not a fun show to do because like you think it's everyone's gonna be like loving it, but everybody is so high that they're just like looking at their shoes by the time you get in there. So it never really is that fun. And then you get these weed cookies anyway. So I was just like, whatever, I'll whatever. And then I saved the cookie for one night where I went to this party and I didn't have enough money for booze. So I was like, I'll just eat this weed cookie instead of booze and that'll be the same. And the party was in a place that was about to get torn down to become a condo. So everybody was like trashing the place. And like this guy like threw a keg down the stairs like Donkey Kong. And somebody was like, no, hey, you're taking it too far. Like the comedians are destroying the house, man. And then the comedians were all like, you said that the house was getting destroyed tomorrow. So of course we're destroying the house. That's fun. And then I'm like unable to talk to anyone because I'm like so high on this weed cookie that I'm like never been more freaked out. And then all of my friends and I are suddenly like lined up like the outsiders in like a friggin' rumble in this alley off of Queen Street with these like other people, the like preps at the party are like, yeah, the socias were like lined up to like square off with us. And somehow, I don't remember how, but it got broken up right before, because I don't know what I would have done. I would have like crumpled from somebody saying like something mean to me, let alone having to hit someone to defend the honor of somebody who threw a keg down the stairs. Anyway,
I know the hot box very well, and those cookies.
yeah, they're too much sometimes.
Yeah, I took one. Like after the show, we're like, oh, great, we got baked cookies. Wow. So me and another comic ate it on the way home from Kingston, from Kensington Market. By the time we hit Queen Street, we're giggling for no reason. And by the time I got home, I'm staring at the ceiling going, oh man, I am baked.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All right, Bryn, that was an awesome story. Thank
I,
you for sharing.
I did my best.
You did awesome. All right. So if people want to find you, where would they find you?
They can find me, you know what, on my website, brynpottie.com, where there's options to buy this book. And, you know, I think you've seen from chatting with me that I'm just a fun guy who likes to do drugs and have a good time. And this book, same thing. If you haven't read a book since high school, I think you'll enjoy this one. It's we're not interrogating any cultural conversations or anything. It's just a fun time. So yeah, check that out on my website, or you can find me on Goodreads or on Instagram.
And what's your Instagram handle?
I don't know.
Don't worry, I'll research it. It will be on the bottom. All right, Brent.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
so much.
thank you for sharing. I will obviously see you when I go out east. Talk to
I
you
would
later.
love that.
Bye bye.